It's Cousin Daddy. Alright guys, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If you could, please take a second, like and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Alright guys, today I want to talk about why I decided to go with the Harley Davidson brand motorcycle. And there is a slew of reasons. But first off, the most important thing is if you want respect, this is a reality guys, if you want respect in the motorcycle community, it's got to be a Harley Davidson. I hate to say it, and you guys, if you watch my previous videos, you know how I feel about Harley Davidson. You know they're the stealer. You know they got their nose stuck up. You know they think they're better than everybody else. And if you go to the dark side on this brand, but the reality of it is when you're looking to get into the cruiser lifestyle, you realize it's really the only game in town. It's the only game in town, the only community really in town that is this big and this supportive is Harley Davidson. If you look at the other brands like Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, there is no following for their cruiser styles. There is no respect. There is no like groups really. There is no like, it's just a different ball game. And if you look at the Indian manufacturers, they have a little bit of a following. So if you went into a Harley or an Indian, you will get respect with an Indian. You know, a lot of people would still respect the Indian label and the lifestyle, the old school lifestyle of the Indians. But the reality of it is, man, is Harley Davidson is really the only game in town when you decide to go this route. And why is that? I mean, there's something about the rumble of these bikes, man. There's something about the being able to interchange your motorcycle to whatever you want, to put ape hangers on it, right? To put front controls, to be able to lower the bike, to be able, there's so many things you can do with this bike. I decided that I wanted to go with a chopper style motorcycle. You know, I don't want the bagger. I don't want the big front fairing with the music and, you know, I don't want all that. You know, I like just this bike here, right? The 2012 Dyna Fat Bob. It's got the ape hangers on it. It's low and slow, front controls, big fat tire on the back. Looks good from the back. It's got that Harley Davidson shake and sound, and it's everything that I decided that I wanted to go on my transition from sports bikes to cruisers. And through looking at all the manufacturers, and guys, look, I have been looking at bikes for like a year. Different styles of bikes, what I want to ride, And the new Harley Davidsons that have come out with the Milwaukee 8, they have no shake, rattle, and roll, man. It's like when you crank it up, it's like just cranking up any other bike. It's like they've taken away that Harley Davidson grumble and rumble, you know, that goes with owning a Harley. And it's so distinctive when you ride around. People know, they wave. People talk to me wherever I go. I mean, since I've had this bike, what, a couple weeks or 3 weeks now, I mean, it's been nothing but like people waving on me at the street and driving by waving. Like, I mean, the respect that you get owning a Harley Davidson it's absolutely crazy. I mean, I didn't expect to really get that type of respect on the road since I've been riding around with this bike. Okay, so the only thing was, you know, to get this type of bike, I had to go Harley Davidson. But I'm going to tell you something. Before I got this bike and pulled the trigger, I gave Indian one more chance, right? I said, you know what, I'm going to go down to the dealership. I kind of had the Scout Rogue on my mind with ape hangers and, you know, kind of had that, wasn't really sure if I didn't want the Scout Rogue. So I went into the Huntsville Power Sports Indian dealership down in Huntsville, right? And this is the 4th time I've been down there. If you watch my previous videos about Indian dealership, you'll see kind of what's going on with this thing, right? I go in there, the guy greets me at the door. I said, yeah, I'm looking for the Scout Rogue. So he takes me over there. He goes, you know, I'm not the salesman, but let me go get somebody. And I'm looking around. I'm sitting on bikes. He comes and gets me. He goes, hey, this guy over here. So I go over there, and I'm standing there, and this guy's sitting on the table, right? He's just sitting there. He's not with anybody. And the guy that kind of introduced me said, hey, this guy's looking for a Scout Rogue. He said, this salesman here is the main guy. Oh, well, I don't know if I'm the main guy, you know, and kind of starts laughing. I'm just kind of standing there, and all of a sudden he calls over another salesman, and they just start talking about something about the other salesman was selling a bike, and they started talking. And the guy who introduced me just kind of was standing there with me, and I said, well, it doesn't really look like he's interested in selling motorcycles, you know? And he goes, I don't know what's going on. He goes, hey, this guy's here to, and he just blew it off. He literally blew it off. And I sat there, I said, you know what? I told the guy, I was standing right in front of him. I told the guy, I said, look, man, this guy's obviously not interested in selling the motorcycles. This is kind of my last stab with you guys. This is like the 4th time I've been here. This is just absolute crazy trying to do business with you guys. I said, man, that's it. I'm done with you guys. And I walked out. Hey, come back. You know, not the salesman, but the guy who brought me in there to meet him was really good. You know, he should be the salesman. I just walked out. I was going out the door. He was apologizing and all this type of stuff. You know, give us another chance. But that was it, man. I mean, it literally pushed me over the edge. How horrible. That Huntsville dealership down there is absolutely crazy. It's so bad. I gave them 4 chances. 4 chances to sell me a motorcycle. Never had contact. They never called me back. They never follow up. They didn't even act like they wanted. And I thought, God, man, if it's this bad, then could you imagine owning one of their motorcycles and having to get something done? The other side of that, the Harley Davidson guys wear you out. They do it to the point to where it's like, man, you're just so tired of hearing from them. But they follow up, right? They follow up. They want to sell a motorcycle. They're up in your face, trying to give you deals, trying to this and that. I mean, they do nothing but once you walk into a Harley Davidson dealership, until you buy a bike from them, they're just going to wear you out. So it's almost extreme to the other side. But I decided that, man, the community with Harley Davidson is so much better with Indian. You know, and yeah, there's a lot that goes with the Harley Davidson. There's a lot of stigma, and you got to, you know, they probably break down more. I mean, I'll probably figure that out. But, dude, there's nothing like the rumble. I mean, I get it now. The slow and low lifestyle, I get it. I said, man, I'm never, ever going to be on a Harley Davidson and never, ever going to be on a cruiser. But the problem is the manufacturers give you no option to go anywhere else, because Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda, you know, they have cruisers, but they're not all in like the Harley Davidson community is, you know, and everybody else doesn't seem to really give a crap about that lifestyle. So, you know, I decided that, you know, this is what I want to do. This is the bike I'm going to get, and I went ahead and pulled the trigger. Got a good deal with a guy, and here we are, slow and low, cruising, enjoying that lifestyle. Now I know why. Now I can see why people ride cruisers. But guys, that's been my experience, and why I chose Harley Davidson. And just go ahead and put down the comments. Do you own a Harley? Do you own an Indian? You know, what kind of motorcycle do you ride? And just let me know. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I'm gonna let you go. Enjoy the day.